Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And here we are, stocks on Sunday, and the SPY has had a golden cross. So the question is, what happens next? To from here, what can we expect, some of the trades that I'm taking, and a whole bunch more. Before we do that, smash the like button. This does help get this channel out to more people, and of course does help support the channel. And if you're new watching this channel for the first time, smash that subscribe button to get these daily update videos. Okay, so let's have a look. I have Bravo's research here, and let's just quickly take a check here. The golden cross with the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. Let's have a look at the research here. And the last one occurred in early 2023, right at the start of a major rally that lasted through 2024. The previous golden cross before that was in 2020, 3 years earlier, right at the start of a huge bull run. And before that, in 2019, just ahead of another major move. Since the 1950s, there has been 37 golden crosses on the S&P 500. Of those, 30 led to higher prices over the following 6 to 12 months. It's a strong track record and aligns well with the view that the economy will stay resilient over the next 6 to 12 months. So let's have a look at this. There we have the darker blue, or just the normal blue, royal blue, 50-day moving average, and that crossed over the lighter blue 200-day moving average there. So we have a golden cross. What we also have here, which I've identified numerous times over the last couple of weeks, is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Very bullish, left shoulder, right shoulder, and there is the head there, and the breakout, which we've had, and technical target takes us actually up to around this level of around 720s level. And that does take us up to some Fibonacci's there over here of around 718, and there's 724 in there. And so that's what we're looking at now. The 1618 is at 694, of course. Now, of course, these head and shoulders technical targets, of course, are always going to be a little bit subjective. And although the last head and shoulders that I called out hit the target on the button, which was the SoFi trade, and I gave the technical target to the inverse head and shoulders, and look at that candle came up and nailed it perfectly. I gave that trade at $14 in the Discord. I also gave that the YouTube channel here, so everybody could have gotten in on that trade and seen some massive gains to the upside there. Let's just go back to the SPY. So we see that inverse head and shoulders pattern there. It's on its way to playing out. We had the breakout there. And of course, what likely invalidates that for me is to come back below the neckline there at around $600. And if we were to lose that, then that would invalidate that. So we're validating that at the moment. So that's in play. That's in play, people. Now, something, if you've watched my show for a number of months, I did a show called Getting the Golden Cross Like Boss. And one of the things about when you do have a golden cross, historically, what generally happens is there is a retest at some point of the 50-day moving average. And so I would expect a retest of the 50-day moving average. Now, that's currently at 594. There is a Fibonacci level at 596. That would be some move down if it was to suddenly retest that. I think it's more likely that this 50-day moving average slowly climbing. It would make more sense to have the retest here where the neckline is, because we wouldn't want to retest it below the neckline. Where the neckline is. So I would be looking possibly at around 601, 602 level. You can see there's a fair amount of wicks there that we could come back, retest that. Otherwise, the possibility of somewhere around this other Fibonacci area to bound, there is one at 609 and one at 611 and one at 613. So there's quite a few in there we could be looking at for a little bit of a retest there. Keep an eye on the 50-day moving average. Make sure you have that on your charts. And that is an expectation that I do have. Of course, we always keep an eye on the 9 EMA. This can always be good re-entries. This has guided this move. As I teach where the first entry is off the tribal trades indicator, one indicator to rule them all. The second entry comes on the break of the 9 EMA, and the third entry when the 9 EMA crosses over the 20 EMA. There you have those three entries where you can either enter at each of those levels or add to those levels. If you miss the first two, you can always get in here. Of course, you don't get as much gains, but still not bad. You know, the 9 crossed over the 20. SPY was still around 580s area, and that's gone up to the 620. So that's worked out pretty well. So the 9 EMA on the daily time frame could be has guided this move up. If you see here, all the way up, once we did break above that 9 EMA on the daily, there was a retest. And if you just got in and every time there was a retest of that level, and yes, we did break down below it, but the 20 EMA, you could almost use the 20 EMA as your stop loss in that situation. If you got in at the 9 EMA and used the 20 EMA as stop loss on this entire move on the way up, you would be doing very well. Again, you get in. And in fact, if you just added to the trade on the 9 EMA, and there's your 20 EMA as the stop loss there, and it continues to go up. Now on the weekly, we don't have any bearish reversal signal anyway. On the weekly time frame, we don't even have a yellow arrow, let alone a red dot. We do have a little bit of a doji indecision candle there. So that's interesting. See how that plays out. Have had these little indecision candles, and they have tended to lead to more upside, generally speaking. This particular move, of course, anyway, the last 2 times we had one. So it'll be just interesting to see how this one plays out when the market opens on Monday. And of course, we do have all those new tariff announcements that came out over the weekend. I think August 1st is the new deadline. We'll see if those delays, which is a delay, gets delayed again, or whether they come into force, and is the market immune to it, or is the market already priced it in, or is the market just saying that really last time there was tariff announcements, they just ended up being goodbye the dip opportunities, and possibly the market is becoming a little bit more aware of this and may not have that intense sell-off that we had. We'll just have to wait and find out. We'll have to see how the futures market opens tonight, Sunday night, for those of you who have overnight trading. If you don't and you do want to get pre-market trading, just remember 4 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. you can pre-market trade on most platforms, and then from the market close there from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. You can have post-market trading, extended hours trading on most platforms, but not all of them provide that, but Webull is one of those where you can do overnight trading as well. And so if you'd like to sign up for a Webull account, there is a link below in the description of this video where you can get signed up, and I believe you'll get some free stocks by using my link. I'll give you some free stocks there for signing up for that Webull account. Links are below in the description. You might need to click the more button that will pop out there. And of course, also, if you're looking to get the Tribal Trades indicator, that comes with the Tribal Trades Discord. And of course, the Discord is a closed Discord, is an exclusive trading community. And of course, we were open for the month of June, and we closed in the first week of July. So if you do want to sign up, you still can, but you'll go to a wait list, and so you'll reserve your spot the next time that we open. And then secondly, if we do have people that may not renew their subscription from time to time, we have that, because there's no lock-in period. It just goes month to month. So if somebody may not pay or may not renew their subscription, then we go to the next person on the wait list. We're able to add a couple of people over the weekend from the wait list, just being over Friday and Saturday, just a couple of people. So get started with that on your trading journey. There is a link below in the description. You click the more button, and it's the top link there to join the Tribal Trades Discord. And we had some more incredible wins there. Zacho absolutely crushing it there. $90 win there. $42 there. Win 82.80 for Zacho trading overnight there. And of course, Donut, as always, making some great trades there. And great trades for some of the Aussies and the Kiwis overnight. there in the trading sessions there. Absolutely fantastic. So you can see all the wins stacking up in the wins column. This is why I do what I do, is because of what I get to see here. People really undergoing a wealth transformational journey here, and absolutely incredible. So just some great wins there, some great opportunities there in the markets. April Parker, again, $495 win. Well done. Nikola Tesla crushing it. Great words from Nikola Tesla there. Absolutely fantastic. And this is what this Discord and comments like this make the Discord worth it for me, is because of incredible people like Nikola Tesla in the Discord. He's always helping people. He's always sharing how he gets his wins, what he's doing, answering questions, and helping people out. Just a great example of the Tribal Trades family and what makes it such a great family. Absolutely fantastic. So just wonderful. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much for being part of the Tribal Trades Discord family there. Now, a couple of other, talking of inverse head and shoulders, I'll just close off with a couple here. So AMD, this was another one in an inverse head and shoulders. SoFi already played out. Doesn't mean that then now that's over and it's just going to collapse. Of course, price can continue up. It's met the target of the inverse head and shoulders. AMD has not as yet. You can see the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and the head broken the neckline here. The target to the upside is about $180 there. And we came back, we retested the 9 EMA on the daily. That's held firm. And so that would have been a place you could have gotten in the trade or added to the trade there. Of course, I'm also trading AMDL, which again, 50-week moving average, it broke above that. That was a play that I gave in the Tribal Trades Discord there. So we'll be keenly keeping an eye on the AMDL and the AMD trade. This is just the 2X version of it. So I teach the 3 portfolio strategy as part of the Tribal Trades Discord, and I've gone over it many times here on YouTube as well. This is for the short term. This gives me a 2X play. I get in and out of this each day, and this one I hold until at least we get to this target here, or we get some kind of reversal on the weekly time frame. Okay, one of the others that I gave was Amazon. That's also an inverse head and shoulders there pattern. That technical target to the upside is about 276, which would bring us to the 1414. You can also trade it on AMZU. AMZU here as well is giving us more entries here at around 37.30 there. I've been giving these entries since all around this area here. Every day I feel like I'm pushing out AMZU opportunity. Of course, if we lose the neckline, it'll become invalidated and it'll be time to cut the trade. So AMZU is the 2X ETF of Amazon. You'll just get 2X the gains. If Amazon goes up 10%, you'll get 20% on AMZU, but it'll also work to the downside too. So just be aware of that. So if this does lose the 9 EMA here, probably the 20 EMA is where I would consider cutting this trade. That would be going below the neckline. You could also say cup and handle. There's the cup, there's the handle there as well for both Amazon and AMZU. So those are 2 trades, Amazon and AMD, that are still in the inverse head and shoulders mode. And of course, the SPY as well is in that inverse head and shoulders and breaking out also. All right, well, that is all we have time for today. And of course, until the next episode, or until I see you in the Discord, I wish you all a very happy trading.